Hello, welcome back to BLENDERSUSHI live coding. So while we are still on this topic, maybe I can show you another example. So you can see this animation is just it's made up of I believe 10 different circles, and it's doing this kind of like a growing animations with a slight offset. It looks a little bit complicated, but this is also something you already know if you watch the previous live coding, especially the last two. So what's going on here? I'm gonna do a breakdown real quick. So I start with a circle, right? And with the circle, in order to have multiple circles, I have this range float plug into the radius, and I have 10 of them. I can do the scaling, like just control the smallest circle and the largest circle. That's pretty obvious. Okay, we are done with that. What next we have here? If I cut some of this, see, this is the degree, okay? This is what I'm animating currently, and kind of offsetting using a different stream of time. But not originally, it's just like a circle doing this. And how did I manage to do that kind of growing animations? That because of the vector interpolations right here. So I'm turning circle like the normal full circle into kind of doing this interpolation thing, and the interpolation actually can do a little bit more. Maybe I don't actually need to do this vector interpolations. I can just plug this circle into the UV connections, but this is just an example if you want to control the sampling of the circle. So this is why I have vector interpolations, because perhaps you want to animate the points of the circle, but anyway, these two maybe not necessary. I could just plug this circle into that guy. Plug this into the UV connection, and I will still get more or less the same result. This is probably unnecessary, this part, but if you want to do sampling of the circle, you can use vector interpolations together with UV connection. Okay, this guy actually helped with the slicing of the circle. Anyway, let's get back to these animations, the degree. I plug this guy back in. Okay, now we're back. Looks slightly complicated. You can even randomize randomize the animation here. So currently we have sine, so the sine helps with the growing of the lines, growing in, growing out. And we have this map range for the sine wave. Originally it was between -1 and 1, and I changed it to so that it's between this number and 360. This controls, of course, the minimum angle of the circle and the maximum angle, which is 360. And we have this thing that's controlling the speed of time. And then we have this range float for the time. That's kind of offsetting the time. And we have 10 of them as well. Like I said, you can also use another add here and give a random value. 10 of them, random value between 0 and 50, maybe all 0 and 180. Now they are more random. definitely more interesting to see. They kind of start at the beginning, and you can also randomize the original position of this circle. Sometimes you can cheat just by using the matrix. So with the matrix in here, and we need 10 of them, so the rotation is going to be in the z-axis. The angle is going to be, we can use random number generator plugged into this guy and just randomize the rotation between -80, 180 and 180. Now the circle is kind of a little bit more random. They are still doing the same animations. Maybe it will be cool if some of them kind of doing the opposite. Yeah, at this point you can get all this size and count and kind of put them all together. Okay, this control this circle itself. The count. Okay, here integer and make it 10. Plug into this guy. Where is this guy? I think it's a good idea to just frame this one. That guy. So we can control the number of circle. So less circle or more. And we can control the start and stop radius of the circle. Maybe turn off the vertices. Randomize the seed. Min and max. Okay, min and max. Maybe it's 1 degree. You can also, of course, randomize the speed of each growing lines here. If you put like a random value here, keep it the same for now. Range float, what is this? This is the time offset. And this is another time offset. Okay, there you go. It's always interesting when you do the design, instead of like lines, like a normal straight lines, if you do something in circle, it always looks kind of more intricate. I don't know, there's something about circles, I guess. Yeah, that's pretty much it. This is similar to previous live noding, except we are using circle instead of lines. But we also learn new concept like growing lines, and also we're kind of offsetting the growing animations. In the end, we have something that's a little bit more complex, even though it's really just the same concept. Okay, thanks again for tuning in to this live learning video. If you have any comment, suggestion, let me know.